Right, you wanted a bit of hard evidence.
Go on, show it to me.
Right.
I'm all here.
So this here is a gentleman that was arrested in Dublin for attempted kidnapping. Right? This here is attempted kidnapping on Oliver Bond earlier on in the year. This now, he's Irish. So this is the man that tried to stab the bus door the kids. 2 of the kids was on it. Remember they got stabbed in top of...
you heard about it, you heard about it.
Was that dude outside the school?
Yeah. Right? There's your man. See, look at the knife. No, he's not Irish.
Is he not?
He's not. Look at him.
These are all the crimes I'm telling you about.
There's a young lad outside the store, right?
We haven't got.
Now, the judges ordered that their identities be kept a secret. This is Alan Mitchell. He's the one that turned that they had to be put out.
Had to be put out.
They had to give their identities. There's a woman from up the north who was murdered.
How come we can get all this information and these can't?
Our sign is just here.
Went up the north murder and they come back. There's a lad walking around Liffey Valley with a samurai sword hanging out of his back.
This is the stuff I was talking to you about this morning.
And there's a guy that was hiding out in one of the most wanted fugitive gang rapists was caught living in Kildare. The system allowed him to enter the country and live amongst us.
And who's producing that? Who's Grip Media doing it?
Grip Media. You don't know who Grip Media? Grip Media are probably the only legitimate, they're the only straight talking media now we have in the country. Yeah.
No,
So there you go, like there's a man there, right? Kildare man who sexually assaulted a woman and chased her through a hotel jail for 6 years. The judge jailed him for 6 years because he's African, speaks only French, very little English and wouldn't do well in jail. And he's called a Kildare man. You see the way they mislead?
Yeah, I see your point, yeah.
So he's not an immigrant, he's a Kildare man, but he's not a Kildare man, he's an African. So they're
Misinformation.
So there's
was that photograph on the...
That's off the paper, yeah.
Was that the Kildare
I don't know exactly what paper.
The Kildare Post.
But February the 19th, 2024, that's Great Media. They're all, a lot of them there, that's off that's off the news feed on Google. That's Longford Live. Yeah, I think he's an ex-Fianna Fáil man, I think.
They're doing real time work.
But you know what I mean? There's a man, look, the knife.
Yeah, we're working on the Judge O'Dollard case now at the
Knife
moment.
is on his hand, and that's the young lad there. He's only about 13. You know what I mean? This is what's coming in. They're not surgeons, they're not doctors, they're dangerous people. Now, I'm not saying they're all dangerous.
But that's the impression that's been given.
But the thing about it is, if you give Murphy's Law and the law of averages, that says what can happen will happen, and the more of them that you bring in, the more likely these criminals are coming in. I'm thinking that,
I don't know, but you need to talk to the politicians that's there and running
No,
the first.
But you are supposed to be upholding the law here.
But they haven't broken any
These
law.
are criminals.
They're breaking it by no passports. The first broken law, for God's sake. They've no credentials, they've no passport. How the fuck?
But you're not protecting, this is your community.
Out here, this is your community. Out here it
You're
is.
protecting these down here. That's not your community.
There's no one disagreeing with you, lads. There's no one disagreeing with you.
Because you're working for a private company.
Working for a
Lads,
private
I'm not going to
company.
get into the conversation because I'm a public service, so I'm not in any agreement or I don't have any opinion.
You're taking orders from a political organisation.
Who's the
The ones who are running the country.
Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael?
Tell us your oath.
The coalition.
I couldn't tell you.
I've
Tell us what
spoken
it
to
is.
guards who have just flat out ignored me. So the fact that you are actually speaking to me, you have respect for it. But you
just say your
wanted
oath.
evidence and I'm reading it.
Hats off to you.
But you have to see, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, I don't disagree with what you're showing me, it's there. But when you have 1,000 people who I don't know who they are, we can't put down in writing who they are.
Are you representing the people or are you representing the government?
I've been given instructions to be here.
Secret society.
You ask me how do I know or what
Because
proof
we
do
know
I
our
have that
stuff.
they're going to be
You
bad
understand?
people? But if you put 1,000 people in,
You
what
will have a
proof-
few bad
What
apples.
proof do you have that they're not
Oh,
going
I
to be
agree,
bad?
but we
Do
just
you
have
get
to...
me? But you have to err on the side of caution. You always have to
Lads,
err on the
I
side
don't make
of caution.
decisions in who comes here or not.
I
You
know,
that.
but you have a decision to yourself, for yourself, that you can either, as a person, you can either facilitate this or you can stand against it for what's right.
No, we can't do that.
Why can't you? Because you can't.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because I'm in uniform, I work for the state, I'm a policeman, I'm here to do what we have to do. I understand
why
where you're coming
don't you
from.
tell your superiors then that this is wrong?
Because they
this
won't
is
listen to
not
me.
what we stand for.
This is what...
But show your badge down.
What's his
Tell
name?
them I'm
We'll
not
go
doing
after
it.
him. Tell
I'm
us
not
his
doing
name.
it. It's
Tell us the
wrong.
superior's name. We'll go
You
after
know
him.
who it is. Listen, I understand, and you're not on your own. But I represent the organisation. We're here to do a job.
You represent
the job
us.
I understand that.
You're saying
I understand that.
the
I accept
organisation.
that. I accept that.
That means you're an unlawful
And I
guard.
understand where you're coming from. Believe you me.
We need you on side, lad. You
You
know what
know
I mean?
what
We're
I
not
mean?
your
Guard.
enemies, and you're not our enemies. We need you on side.
I'm not participating in anarchy. I'm not participating in mutiny. I'm here to do the job that will be done.
But you're an unlawful guard.
What's happening in England? What's happening in France? What's
We're here
happening
now.
in Germany?
You can't uphold the law when you're unlawful.
He just does what he's told by the
But
political
what's
class.
happening in
And
all of those
that's
countries?
against your oath.
An illegal political organisation that wasn't voted in. That's who they're taking orders from.
They're the enforcers of the tyranny.
Enforcers of the tyranny.
Now's the time.
Enabling them.
Now's the time.
Enforcers.
Somebody make a decision for yourself. Like, you're not going to stand.
Yeah, I thought masks were against the law.
We should all have our morals.
Eh?
At the end of the day.
My moral, whatever, doesn't come into play. I'm here as an employee.
As a human, as a fellow human on this planet, your morals should be in play.
What this is treachery. It's betrayal.
You need to get yourselves on the ticket. You need to get yourselves on the
Ah.
get voted, get into the dog, and that's where you find your
Fuck it.
It's a lot better if he'd be on your side. If he come back
on your side. It's just
Yeah, but you're protecting
come back,
them and
but
not
that's
us.
not your job. It's not your
You're-
job.
it's
Your
you
job
to
is to
protect us.
protect the
Your
community.
job is to
This
protect
is your
Irish people.
community.
I understand your own. I
This
understand.
is your community. Your job is to protect these people here,
I
not them.
I understand. Well,
No, but